guys, Cinema Kid here, and today we're talking about Zack's Cinematic Universe. And our first movie in this universe is The Spectacular Spider-Man. So basically how I'm going to do these movies is I'm going to start with casting, then the basic plot with, the ins and outs, then a character analysis of the big players and the major side characters, and then finally we are going to do the post-credits scene. We're going to have all four of those, and we'll go through each of those, and I'll give you my reasons for why I think that or not, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Dylan O'Brien would be my Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, both. Mainly the acting in the Maze Runner series is what sold me on that, and yeah. The role of Mary J. Watson, I would give it to Sophie Turner, mainly for her acting in the Game of Thrones series, how she can go from level-headed and very, very calm to very angry and very passionate. So I could see her in a Mary Jane Watson role type of thing, with the relationship with Peter Parker. Anyway, yeah, and on to Harry. My Harry Osborn would be Dave Franco. One, because James Franco also played him, and for retcon's sake. And two, I feel like that he would be able to pull off that best friend. He's done it multiple times. I can't remember what movies, but I know he's done it multiple times. For Norman Osborn, I'd have Ralph Fiennes, and what can I say? This guy played Voldemort. He's automatically able to play any bad guy known to man. Norman's a very, very strict, hard, and aggressive businessman, and I could see Ralph being able to play a terrific one at that, and an awesome Green Goblin if it ever happens. For Aunt May, I would have Meryl Streep. I'm not sure why, but she just clicks for me as Aunt May. She always plays those supportive, kind characters that you want to look up to. Yeah, kind of like a female Alfred. That's the best way to describe her. Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is Channing Tatum. That's a weird sentence to say, but at the same time, you can see through. I don't know what's the best example. Jump Street. Yeah, he plays a dumb guy, but he played it seriously and he's able to do it. And Eddie Brock is the best friend to Peter Parker. One of his best friends, practically his brother, other than another character. Yeah, so that's my choice. Kelsey Grammer's Otto Octavius, calm, cool, and collected scientist, but can also be angry and passionate and very loud. And we see all those qualities from Kelsey Grammer in the show Frasier. That's what I'm gonna say. Felicia Hardy, played by Antonia Thomas. Now, a lot of you might not know who Antonia Thomas is, but she was an actor in a show called Misfits. It's an English show anyway. Um, and her character was very feisty, very, what's a good way to explain it? Very independent, and she gets what she wants when she wants it. And that's everything that Felicia's about. She's seductive as well. So yeah, I just see that in Felicia's character, and I saw that in Antonia's acting. Also, she's in The Good Doctor, where she plays a more considerate person, which she can be at times. That also played into my choosing for her as Felicia Hardy. Lily James as Gwen Stacy. This was hard for me. I wasn't sure who I'd want to cast, but then I remember the Cinderella movie. Yeah, I know, the live action one with Richard Madden and all that. And she kind of stepped out, and I could see her playing that best friend that's a girl kind of situation. And I saw it, her ability to play Gwen Stacy, that I think would be good. And yeah, so that's my choice. Bullseye. I don't know a lot about this character, but from what I do know, which is not a lot, considering the only thing I know him from is the Daredevil 2003 movie, which obviously isn't a good representation about him. Obviously he's practically the Marvel version of Deadshot, I would say. And the way that I would have him played is more of like a serious, but serious trick shotter kind of gunshot guy, but he's a nut job. Kind of like the Joker, but like not like full out 8-ball insane, more like just nuts in general. But he's like a good soldier, kind of like the Punisher, but a bit crazier, like a little bit less serious. So yeah, that's my decision. Plus, I like the actor, how he plays Jamie Lannister, how he can go from a witty guy to that. So that's where I kind of put it in. Anyway. Shawn Ashmore as Flash Thompson. My story is a bit different from how most people would know how Flash Thompson's played out. Obviously, they're not in high school, and he doesn't go to college. Anyway, but with that, saying that, I would choose him to play my Flash Thompson, because Flash Thompson is like a newly matured person, because he's been to the army and he's come back. He's not in his wheelchair yet. Just saying for all those fans that know who all about Flash Thompson and all the Agent Venom shit. But yeah, I chose him because of how he played Bobby Drake or Iceman in the X-Men movies, and I feel that he could transfer that over to Flash with a bit more maturity. So that's why I chose. Alexandra Daddario as Liz Allen. I mainly chose her because of her role in Baywatch. I didn't watch Baywatch, but I've heard what people have said about her character, and I'd have her play kind of a similar character to that, but with a bit more. So MJ's more of like what's the best way? Kind of like a tomboy kind of personality, whereas Liz Allen's more feminine. She has that more damsel in distress kind of vibe, but she's not. She's still independent. She's smart. She's supportive. She can do everything she wants herself, obviously. But putting it in that context, I'd have Alexandra Daddario as my Liz Allen anyway. Dean Charles Chapman as Herman Schultz, or the Shocker. I did this because in my one, Elektra and Shocker are like best friends, but Elektra is slightly older. Because Herman's usually, the Shocker's usually like late 30s, early 40s, but for me, I'd have him as early 20s. Yeah, definitely, and that's why I chose Dean Charles Chapman. Because of how the character he plays on AMC's Badlands, or Into the Badlands, I think that's what the show's called. I'm not sure about that, but you can just search up the actor's name and the name soon, it'll come up with the show. But the character he plays in that very well contrives to Herman, and that's what I want him to play anyway. So that's why I chose. Ian Rowan as Max Dillon or Electro. I have him like this because Ian Rowan can play a very serious character, a very funny character, a very antisocial character. He can play a wide range of characters. I have him as Electro because he's like the big brother that Herman always needed. The very manipulative one at that one. And that's why I think Ian Rowan could do a very good Electro, even though I was originally going to put him as a different villain for something else, but I'm not going to put spoilers into that because I want everyone to keep it as is and make sure not a lot of people know about what I've been making and everything I'm doing. That way no one can copy my ideas. Not that anyone would, I'm fucking small as hell anyway, as a YouTube channel as well. So yeah, that's why I chose Ian Rowan. My Kurt Connors would be Javier Bardem, mainly from all his roles in No Country for Old Men, Dead Men Tales, Dead Men Don't Tell Tales, something, I don't know, I don't watch the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but I have him in that role because basically I want a serious scientist that's so keen on getting his arm back. He strives that so he can help his family, and he doesn't want to just continue using a prosthetic arm. He wants a real arm that he can use again. And, you know, for the plot of the movie and for other stuff, yeah, I'd have him as my character. You'll probably get why when I mention the whole story, but why I've chosen a guy that's known for playing evil people. So, you know, I've made the Lizard there and a bad guy in my first movie. But, yeah, so that's why I chose him. Not much to say about Vincent D'Onofrio. Sorry about if I pronounced your name wrong, mate. But just watch Daredevil, the TV show, and you'll know what I'm talking about. He plays the character very well. Now, I've made a new character. For me, anyway. Originally, I was going to say I would star as a character, but I'm not a good actor. I could be, who knows. Doesn't really matter. But I'd have my character, which is called Henry Parker. He's obviously Peter's little brother, but he's very involved with how the plot and eventual plots of other stuff happens. He's very responsible for big parts, and we'll get into that later, into the dimension building and phases and stuff. But yeah, I'd have Tyson, the kid from Jurassic World, but he's a lot older now. So yeah, I'd have him as in that role, and that's my cast. Now, I'm going to do this in 4 parts, each movie in 4 parts, maybe I'll do them in 2 parts when I get better at editing and I have more time to do things. But at the moment, I'm just going to keep it at the cast, because I don't want my videos going to 20 minutes, 12 to, I'll say 10 to 15 minutes is the area that I want my videos at. So, yeah, that's basically why I'm doing this, and, I will, probably update you I'd say maybe 5 to 15 days. I'd say 5 to 10 days, actually. 5 to 10 days would probably be when part 2, which would probably be the character, the plot, which would probably be its own part, and then I might do a part 3 if necessary, or maybe put the rest in part 2, which is the character analysis and the post-credit scenes. I'll definitely do post-credit scenes with character analysis. But this is part 1 of the ZCU, you could say, you could say 1.1, because, it's the first movie in point 1, anyway. But yeah, this is Cinema Kit, and I might bring you some reviews later this week, in 2 weeks, and I'll keep the ZCU at a steady pace. Out.